Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's set, we're going to be dipping into some brand new colors from 915 Aesthetics that are perfect for that poolside summer mani. We're going to do it on a set of short coffin today, and we're also going to be using the dip liquids as well to start. So we're going to start with the first color. I like to start with my shimmers or solids first, just to kind of prevent any cross contamination, because we're going to be playing with a beautiful glitter here that you see in the upper corner called Dash. All right, so I'm doing a very thin layer of that dip base on the entire nail, and I'm doing a very thin layer, making sure we're not flooding this nail because we are making a press on and we want to keep that shape. So the thinner the liquid application, the better. So check out the coverage that we have right here with Moonlight. I love this color. I also feel like the name is perfect for this. It is really beautiful. So today's colors were giving me kind of like a poolside mani kind of like vibes, and I love the color combination. I love the color scheme. To be honest with you, I am loving all the new colors that 915 Aesthetics recently just released. They are all beautiful, and no matter what combination you pick up and create a mani with, you're gonna definitely love them, and the quality is top notch. If you haven't tried 915 Aesthetics, now is your time to go ahead and grab some amazing colors. The liquids are amazing too. You're gonna see the liquids here in action today, and we're also gonna finish this set today with one of the gel products, and we're going to be finishing up with the gel top coat today. We did do a gel method mani, but we did like a sugar style mani a few weeks ago, so I did not get a chance to play with the top coat yet. So I'm super excited to play with that top coat today to kind of see how that works. So we're going to see that here in just a moment. All right, so the second coat here, the color is even better, and we're gonna dust off here, and then I wanted to just kind of see what it looked like with a third dip. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mallory. I do press-on sets, and there's so many different colors in the world out there when it comes to nails and dip powder and gels that I just want to show you how colors perform so you can really see if a color is going to be right for you. And I will say this color right here with a third dip, which I normally do not do a third dip, this color right here, it just sealed it in for me. It's even pulling in more of like that beautiful aquamarine color. It is everything. I'm normally a 2 dips. That's all I normally do for my press-ons for a couple reasons, because A, the quality of the powder is there, so the coverage is there, the color payoff is there. And since I am making a press-on, this structure is already there, so I necessarily don't need to build up that strength. But I'm telling you, this color right here with a third dip is definitely so pretty. So we're moving right along here. We're doing a very thin layer of that dip base here, and then I am dipping directly into that jar. Now, if you are worried about bumping that jar, you could always go ahead and pour some of that powder into a cupcake liner just to give you some more wiggle room. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and gently press down the powder just to make sure we are keeping the shape of that press-on nail here. So throughout this set here, you're gonna be able to see the color difference from 1 dip, 2 dips, and then you can get that comparison of that third dip. So we are going to use Moonlight on 2 nails completely, and then we're going to tie in a little bit of color blocking here in just a moment, and then we're going to play with that really fun like shattered shard glitter called Dash, which is so beautiful, and we're going to mix Dash into that color blocking nail as well. But overall, I just love these colors so much. So I ended up wearing this set for a few days, and before I forget, because I always forget to tell you if something glows in the dark, but these colors glow in the dark, and these glow in the dark like no other glow in the dark powder that I own. And the glow was crazy good. Like the transition from like outside to indoors was so bright and vibrant. Like even, so I was outside for a while playing with the little guys outside, and I came in the house and I had all my lights were on and everything, and I could still see the glow with my house like with lights on. Like that's how powerful, like radioactive this glow was on these powders, that I was completely shocked. I could not believe it. And then in the middle of the night, my husband woke up and he saw the glow, and he got a little freaked out, and then he realized it was my nails. But the glow is unreal. All right, so enough about the glow. Color blocking. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that 3M medical tape here. I was just making sure I was lining up the color blocking exactly where I wanted it. So I always go ahead and kind of like angle the nail how I'm going to be applying it so I can really see how that color blocking is going to turn out. Because if I were to color block based on how the nails are on the stand, it would reverse. So I really wanted to make sure that that color blocking and the colors would flow together. And I also always love using that 3M medical tape. It is by far the most user-friendly tape when it comes to color blocking. It's, I would say, very not effortless, but it's very easy to achieve a color blocking nail with that 3M medical grade tape. And that everything that we are using in today's video can be found in that description box below. I used to struggle with color blocking miserably. I remember like I tried it a few years ago. It did not work out and I was so disappointed because I didn't use peel base and the whole set was like a complete hot mess that I just like stayed away from it until I tried using this 3M medical tape and it was a total game changer. So I'm going to go ahead now and dust off and we're going to repeat the same step. We're going to end up doing 3 coats of this beautiful Moonlight on the color blocking nail. And when you're applying that dip base, just make sure you are doing very thin layers and that you're not oversaturating on that tape. You can come in contact with that tape. You just don't want to like oversaturate it and then cover the complete nail. Just like stay in between the lines as best as you can, but you definitely can get some of that product onto that tape. It is a medical grade, so it also has a waterproof barrier on it, which I love so much. So I am going to take some time at making sure I am pressing everything down when it comes to that color blocking because I really want to keep the shape of that nail here. And then we're just going to go ahead and dust off. Also, that duster brush that I'm using is also from 915 Aesthetics. It is like an ombre brush, but I love how small it is. When I am doing press-ons, I like to use like a smaller brush, and that brush right there, it is perfect. All right, so we're dipping in for that 3rd coat here, and I'm just letting that nail kind of just hang out in the powder right there and kind of marinate just to absorb any extra dip liquids that may be hanging around. And then we're just going to go ahead and gently press everything down, and then I'm going to let this nail kind of dry for about 3 minutes before I go ahead and peel off that tape. The longer you let it dry, the cleaner, crisper line that you're going to have. And you can see here, I'm kind of struggling when it comes to removing the tape here, but definitely take your time and just make sure you are pulling it off slowly. I'm going to go ahead now and pull it off from the other side here. And if you haven't tried color blocking with the 3M medical tape, definitely give it a try. It is by far the easiest way, like I said, for color blocking for me personally. All right, so now is the time. If that line is not as clean and crisp, or if it's a little wonky and not as straight, you can go in with a file and then clean that up. I took that nail off the stand so I could really just crisp up that line, and then we're gonna put that putty back on that nail stand there, and this nail is good to go here. And we have a really awesome little like half slanty nail design here, and we're gonna fill that area in with that glitter, but I cannot wait to show you Dash. Now, Dash is really beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like that glistening pool water. It is beautiful, and it's not like your normal glitter. It has like a fine glitter mix, but it has shard pieces in there too, which is gonna give you like this really awesome dimension, which is amazing on this nail, especially when the light hits it. It's gonna just like shine and give you all this different sparkle, but I love it so much. So right here, I'm just gonna take some time now and press everything down. In general, I normally spend time pressing everything down, but when I'm working with glitters or a little bit of chunkier glitters, I'm going to make sure I take extra time to make sure everything is laying super flat because we want to keep that shape of the nail and reduce bulk. Also, filing and buffing is really not my friend. That is probably my least favorite thing when it comes to doing any kind of set is the filing and buffing. So if I can get everything to lay really flat and reduce on my filing and buffing, I am all for it. I will say I am loving how this looks with 1 coat. It's really pretty, but we're gonna build it up today. We are gonna end up doing 2 coats of this beautiful glitter. So I'm just giving it a good dust here before we go back in with that dip base. And we're just gonna keep building up this color, but I love it on its own. If you are just looking for like a splash of color, like this is gonna be it right here. These glitters are so fun. All right, so enough chit chat. Let's dive into the rest of these colors and finish up that color blocking nail here. And then I'm gonna pop back in when it's time to file and buff. So we're just wrapping up the color blocking nail here. I'm going to dip it back into that powder just to make sure all that dip base is completely absorbed, and then we're going to clear encapsulate. I am using glass that is also from 915 Aesthetics. It is the purest clear I have. It is a very, very crystal clear, and if you're using dark colors, it will not look splotchy or anything like that. So I covered that nail completely with a layer of dip base. Then we're dipping it into that clear, and then I'm going to go ahead and tap off that nail away from that jar just to make sure we're not getting any extra sparkle in there, just to keep it as pure as possible. And then I'm going to press everything down. I'm going to finish up the rest of the clear encapsulating off camera just to save some time. Then we're going to use that stiff nail brush here just to make sure we're removing any extra powder to give it that crystal clear finish here. And now we're going in with the activator, and we are saturating those nails here. After the activator, I'm going to let these nails sit for about 3 minutes so that activator can completely harden. Now the game changer. So I'm using my nail drill here. I have it at 2 RPM, and I'm using this mini micro sanding band. It is a game changer. First of all, I love this nail drill because I can use it either at 1 RPM or 2 RPM, and it does not stall out, which is fantastic. And this mini micro band is a complete game changer, especially if you are making press-ons. So I did all my buffing and filing with that and reshaped with that mini sanding band, and that is the only file that I use for today's set. But the mini nail band is a complete game changer, so I will link that in that description box below. But definitely my new best friend when it comes to filing and buffing. Then, even though we are going to be trying out that gel top coat, I'm still going to do a layer of activator. That's going to get rid of any of those harsh filing and buffing lines. It's also going to go ahead and seal in that powder. All right, so I'm so excited about this top coat because the viscosity is definitely there and the shine was unreal. So I did the rest of the nails and cured for 60 seconds. And check out the shine that we get with the top coat. It is amazing. I love this set. It's very simple, but yet we have like that like poolside sparkle going on. It's totally giving me like underwater glistening nails, and I could not be more obsessed with this color tone if you could not have figured it out. But I love these colors. I just feel like it's like the perfect kind of like breezy summer color. And man, Moonlight, that is just like the perfect color right there. It's kind of like a mint and an aqua teal kind of had a baby and came up with Moonlight. And again, stay tuned. These nails do glow in the dark, and the glow is simply unreal. All right, so you obviously know I'm completely in love with this set, so I will go ahead and link everything that we use in today's video in that description box below. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, stay tuned. We will be playing with more colors from 915 Aesthetics, and I'll see you all in the next one.